We saw Shang-Chi the Legends of Ten Rings and we have some issues with it which we'll talk about in this video. Stay tuned. Hello guys, welcome to Indian Society. I'm Nona Prince and I'm joined by Varun.
Hello guys.
And we both saw Shang-Chi, really liked it, enjoyed it in theaters. And we know we're talking about some issues we have in the film, but we know how well the film is doing at the box office. It's great. We are not trying to ditch on it or something like that. But these are some of the issues, after watching it, after thinking about it, we thought, okay, something didn't work and we want to talk about it. Even in Black Panther, we know how culturally impactful that film was, but it had issues, major issues in the storytelling and the filmmaking, and we talked about it that time also, but not in this channel, somewhere else. But today for Shang-Chi also, it's great film, it's fun film, enjoyable experience, great to have Asian representation, but as a film there are issues and we want to talk about it. So if you're finding us for the first time, we are Indians representing the Indian fandom. If you enjoy this video, like, share and subscribe. So Varun, let's start. And again guys, spoilers if you haven't seen the movie, spoilers. I think let's start with the title of the film, Shang-Chi the Legends of Ten Rings. I have no idea about what the rings are. Even at the end we get a post-credit scene and even there they have no idea what rings are. Why would you title it like that?
I think the only thing we came to know was that they have been there for thousands of years and they were with this character, that's it. But definitely we still have no idea what the rings were and what exactly how they were being used for, or how all that was happening.
It was
I
think vague, right? Like he found it in a tomb or something like that.
Yeah,
and then at the end,
he found it in a crater or in a tomb. They don't know properly. They said some people say that, like that. So maybe it's for exploring in the sequel that now he knows that there is some beacon or something happening, so I should search for the roots or origin of this or something like that. So they'll go on that adventure and all that in the sequel, maybe. But definitely, they could have just titled it Shang-Chi. That's fine.
And even at the end, they said, "Oh, it's made of something we don't even know, not from our database,"
Yeah.
And there's like a beacon to it, and we'll explore later. Then why name this movie? Name it something else then.
Yeah.
I think that was definitely one issue. And I think that's very much like Captain Marvel, right? We have no idea what's the power, what's the limit, how it happened. We know how it happened, physically what happened, what did it really do? It's not defined. I think that was a big issue in a superhero film. What is that? If you don't define the powers well, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Either you play it in the narrative that it's not known what the limitations are or what a power is her, that Unbreakable. We don't know what are the his fear of water. Then we cannot define what he really is. Is he super strength, or is it what it is? Is it all time he's super strength, or some whenever he applies it? So that it works in the narrative the way it's told.
They don't even tell us if he's bulletproof or not. In Unbreakable.
Yeah. So that's how you do it if you don't want to explain the powers. But here I think in these two movies it was not,
we had multiple lines, dialogues saying that
just throwaway lines, honestly,
mysterious and all that. That's not really doing any world building, or that's not developing anything. That's just making it more of the same, like what you have already said. I think one of my issue was with the extended cameo of Trevor Slattery, the fake Mandarin from Iron Man 3. I think when they showed him, I was surprised, and I was like, oh, of course, this is like Marvel. They can bring back characters from 8-10 years ago and for cameos and all that. But then it wasn't really a cameo. It suddenly extended into he was there till the end of the film. That was too much. I get it. You are bringing a big actor, Ben Kingsley, to do this, so you have to give that role something more. And also they kept it hidden, which is also, I guess, good. But why was he in the final battle? Why did they did not give a bow and arrow to Katie, but he was there with a sword, standing there. Seriously? Yeah, and that was
I understand, just for the comedy, and it's such a big actor and they could utilize him. But I when he came with them in the car and he was still there, I was kind of, oh, okay, he's still here. And then he goes inside also, okay. And then we see him, he's playing football, like a referee to the people playing football,
Yeah.
kids playing football. And okay, and
Yeah.
then in the battle also, that was a funny joke that, the moment we see him, right, just lying down there, like, I knew he's acting.
Yeah.
So that was
Exactly.
again a funny joke. I laughed, but
Mm.
I get your point. It felt a little too much. And the thing is, the film, right? It has like such a like Tony Leung, right, and Awkwafina.
Yeah.
Like they took so much limelight away from Simu Liu's character.
Hmm.
Whenever they shared screen, my attention was on them and not Simu Liu.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not like he's not a great actor. He did a good job, but they just stole the show in whichever
Yeah.
scene
Yeah.
they were. And now
Hmm.
you're getting Ben Kingsley also, to
Yeah.
steal
Like we
steal the thunder,
do
like
that
take
from.
away
Yeah.
from the main narrative. And
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I think that's
Hmm.
where I felt the pacing issue also in the movie.
Yes. Yes.
From them to being in that the father's place. From there they run to the hidden village, and I felt the pacing was really off. It
Yeah.
felt,
It was
and
also so simple. Like that animal
yeah,
came and they just fall. It followed. The animal said everything, and they
yeah.
just like had to follow. Like
Yeah, and how can
yeah.
Ben Kingsley like know what he's saying? Like, again, that's like like a
That's okay.
film logic.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
care
we won't
about that. It's
question.
okay.
Like he was in prison.
Yeah,
That was his pet, whatever. But that's
like
like yeah, that's something we won't question. But yeah, still like very simple. Very
I think
simple.
mostly like things, conflicts are resolved very easily. It doesn't feel
Hmm.
like they had to, do something really big. Even, when the father dies, right? It doesn't feel like anything. The
Hmm.
impact is not that high. It doesn't, even after that the fight is over,
Yeah.
we never go back to that emotion, just the brother sister sitting together and talking about him, at least talk about his
Hmm.
legacy, what his impact on them was. There was no
Yeah. Yeah.
moment. It just from there we cut to them talking in the bar and enjoying, and I'm like, then what, he died. you know Come on, like have a bigger impact on that, or maybe don't kill him or
Yeah.
do something like that. Looking while watching the film, it was really enjoyable. But
Yeah.
I think
That's
after
it.
thinking, the aftertaste,
Yeah.
the thinking about it, like really doesn't really fit well there.
Hmm.
But yeah, man. Also, my one big issue was, how OP they made Shang-Chi. Like,
Okay.
okay, he was trained from, childhood, even by his
Hmm.
mother, like taught about how to, like a lifestyle also. And then, his
Yeah.
father trained him as a killer, and then he came to, he ran to US, right? Now,
Hmm.
there he didn't have anyone to train with, right? So, okay, he was like doing push-ups when he wakes up, but
Yeah. No, he
like he
was
was not
training,
fighting
but
people, right?
he was not fighting. Yeah.
But still, he is like the best fighter according to his father in the world. No one can kill him. And then he goes home. Within a day, like he goes to that village. Within a day, he learns his mother's like kung fu style also, and
Yeah.
he defeats his father. Okay, first of
Yeah.
all, father like pushes him in the water and all, and then he meets a
Hmm.
dragon. Maybe that gives him more power, maybe. But then he
Maybe.
fights him, and
Yeah.
he's your father's 1,000 years old. Like he's a warrior for so long.
Exactly.
He has just 10 rings, like
Yeah.
you cannot just with okay, if it was weeks and months and all, at least give a fight. I understand he's giving a fight now, but you cannot really
Hmm.
win against him. And I felt that flaw. I didn't like that.
Yeah.
It would, I would have liked something better was the father still beats him, but he's
Hmm.
impressed by him, and also it's like an emotional moment where he says don't do it, and he's like,
Yeah.
for a second he just thinks about it, and that time the wall breaks and the dragon, the thing comes out, and then
Hmm.
takes the father, and that time the father dies. That would have been so much
Oh yeah.
impactful, instead of
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
he defeats
Hmm.
him, and like why. And
Yeah.
the whole point in the beginning was like this, right? That how Asian parents put so much pressure that you have to prove
Yes.
yourself, then only you're worth it. And by the end,
Yeah.
you're doing
Yeah.
the same thing, that he will defeat him, then only he realize my son is worth it. Then what's the
Exactly.
point? That
And like again, that brings me to the the first thing that we talked about the rings. That like the rings were not defined. Like what exactly? Like if the rings were corrupting his father, why would he even accept those rings and all that? And
yeah.
just so many things
Like he
like
was
that.
suffering from loss, of his wife,
Mm.
and that's why he gave up. And that was so Bollywood scene, right? Like Indian movie in the beginning. It reminded me
Yeah.
of Bajirao Mastani and Jodha
Yeah.
Akbar.
Jodha Akbar.
Yeah.
Even Bahubali, I think one.
Yeah.
When they
When they
both are.
okay, yeah. It's
Yeah.
like
Like
very
small
fun. It
things.
was fun. I think it's maybe influenced from
Nice.
Chinese movies, but we don't know. Yeah, man. I think okay, maybe he was like his. I don't have a problem with his character, the father,
Yeah.
Wen Wu.
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm.
But yeah, I had these issues, and also I was thinking, wondering, like, did the film is releasing in China?
It's not actually. It's not.
Because I was thinking,
Surprisingly,
maybe they are
yeah.
going safe side so they can get a China release. Because that impacts. I think I recently saw a video like it's like a spoof video by a comedian that he's an editor
Okay.
who edits things for China, and he's just making jokes. So I removed the gay scene and all these things. That's not acceptable. It's like a very fun 2 minutes video.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Mm.
it's like like, oh, China people, like they really change things, like even brands, right? They have some opinions and a stand in US, but in China they'll withdraw if China government have problem
Mm.
with it. And that's
Mm.
business wise it makes sense because China is a big market for everyone, right?
Yes,
Even
yes.
for movies, so
Exactly.
the movies planned please them, at least.
Yeah.
Because that's like a, that can double their box office returns. But
Easily. Yeah.
even still the movie is not getting a, and I don't think there was any China related thing like against China.
No.
It was just the
No,
characters
no.
maybe. But again, I feel like if the China limitation was not there, the film could have, gone there, take a stand,
Hmm.
challenge
Maybe.
some thoughts. But it's neither here, neither
Yeah.
there at the end, thematically
Yeah,
saying.
yeah. I think, yeah, like you said, it was the theme kept changing like throughout the film, which is like many films do that. But over here, like again, by the end, it was the payoff
Yeah.
was not that satisfying.
So guys, those were our thoughts on the issues we had on about Shang-Chi and the Legends of Ten Rings. It's in the title, man. And come on, like how would you skip it? Like, oh, it's in the title. Let's not explain the movie. But
Yeah.
anyways, guys, definitely we enjoyed the movie. Also, there are a lot of things we liked also, which we have talked about before, and in the
Hmm.
live sessions and everything. And if you like this video, hit the like button, share this video, let us know in the comments your thoughts. And if you haven't subscribed, do subscribe to the channel for more such content, reactions, reviews, discussion videos like this, live sessions, and all of that. So do subscribe and hit the bell icon too. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Keep geeking out.
Bye.